Hi, my name is Terry Shue. Several weeks ago I was traveling in North Central Conference at their annual assembly and was led in worship with a competent young adult, Jill Baker. It was the next morning I was in the sanctuary as the band was getting ready to lead us in worship in the upcoming worship service. And I noticed that Jill was not a part of the band, but rather she was in the back. And as I watched, I saw what she was doing as she was working with 5 high school students. With no awareness of me being there listening, she coached those students. She coached them of transitions, of entrances. She reminded them of why they were there. She reminded them where they fit into the bigger picture of worship and the conference itself. She encouraged them. She built them up. And then she went up and she prayed with them before leaving the stage again and letting them do what they had prepared to do. When worship started, they led out with confidence. They had grown through the coaching that Jill had given them. They were reminded of why they were doing what they were doing, and they did beautifully, leading us in worship. As we worshiped, she was in the back of the stage, and very few people knew the role that she had played in that worship service. But I had seen it all, and I counted it as a holy moment of the church truly being the church. Developing leaders in this fashion, one-on-one, is an age-old model of master-apprentice leadership development. In this way of getting hands-on practical experience, learning the lessons of life, and then reflecting with somebody with experience in those areas is a great way to learn, a great way to pass on leadership gifts and skills to the generation behind us. One of the priorities of Mennonite Church USA is leadership development. And that priority states that members with leadership gifts are called out, nurtured, and trained in Anabaptist theology and practice so that the church can fulfill its missional vocation. As I think about the stories of the Bible, where this is part of the way that leadership is taught, as I think about the stories of the church, the stories are rich and full, and those stories need to be told. As you think about the next steps in leadership development in your local congregation, I'd encourage you to think about these 3 questions of next steps. The first question: who is it that's mentored you in your life and the journey that you've had with God? Secondly, who is it that you're currently mentoring today in your local context? And thirdly, how is your congregation organized right now to grow leaders in this age-old process of leadership development? I encourage you to share your stories and write them up and send them back to us so we can share those and spur on one another to grow the leaders that God has already given the church. Thank you.